Today is Monday, Moon Day. What is hidden? Oh, I just realized I also have my moon necklace on. So what is hidden from humans? So many things. Hidden from ourselves that we don't even realize. Hidden from each other. And it traps us in so many things that are in suffering. Something that happened tonight is a multifold one, which would be, for instance, things that hurt us since we're little. And it goes on two different levels. So this is what's been happening. I learn about kids that just do not want to do any extracurricular activities. They don't like them. Or, like my niece, she's in school, and what happens is every day there's like a drop of rain or there's something that makes it so they can't go on recess. The art teacher is always calling in sick, so they never have art class. So things that are good for us are being hidden from us and kept from us. Why? Because it keeps children from expressing their true authentic nature, from being creative, from our light. Children are already very intuitive and naturally gifted. They have their natural gifts. So art, music, recess, going in nature, going outside, getting fresh air, this is restricted many times because it keeps the children from connecting to their true authentic nature, which is their true power, their true strength. Instead, they're boxed up in a building all day, in air conditioning or whatever, and they're being indoctrinated. Like, for instance, she's in a Catholic school. Well, I can guarantee you none of that indoctrination in the morning at church or whatever they have to do is getting missed. I'm sure they are always doing this, right? So everyone has an agenda. The other thing that prevents us from our true nature is fear of different things that happen when we're a little child. So, and it can happen in all ways in different areas. So this is one instance of for me when I was a little girl, and it always stands out in my mind. I've never forgotten. It's very strong. I sort of didn't really think it affected me. And then one day, a few years ago, I did some cord cutting, energetic cord cutting. So we can have things that sort of like they're tied to our energy, toxic relationships, patterns, things that have happened to us. So we just want to cut those cords. We want to energetically release those cords. So this came up, and it was about my first grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. English, and she was really had it out for me, and I was just a little girl. I was quiet, shy, acting, I was not like now I can be more outgoing, but I was not like this before, even though that's really my personality. I do well with people. I'm a social butterfly, but I need a lot of time alone. I recharge alone. So I was just always trying to be good, right? Trying to not rock the boat, just trying to be quiet, not get in trouble, not get embarrassed, whatever. But she had it out for me. She had her own inner anger. So here's another thing that's hidden, is the adults and humans' inner anger, inner hatred, inner self-punishment, their inner bitterness, their inner anger at their life, just like everything that they have, that they're just like sourpuss, right? It's the name, like sourpuss. They're irritable, angry, grumpy. We see that, right? Men and women they're just grumpy. No matter what you do, it's like they're going to be grumpy. We try to smile, whatever, and they're like grumpy. So imagine these children, like how I was, and we have a teacher like that, and they have it out specifically for you because she also has a prejudice against the religion that you were born into. I was born into as a Jehovah's Witness. That wasn't my fault. I couldn't do anything about it, but she hated Jehovah's Witnesses, and she apparently hated me. Well, it wasn't really that, right? She hates herself because I was just this sweet little girl. I had the whole life ahead of me, and she was probably just a miserable woman, which I know she is because more recent years, my fourth grade teacher, who was amazing, Mr. Brown, he was amazing. He told me that none of the teachers liked her. She wasn't nice. She wasn't nice to them either. She wasn't nice to anybody. So what I experienced tonight, so this can be hidden within us. Whatever we've experienced in childhood, abuse from a parent, ridicule from a teacher, being made fun of and ganged up on at school from bullies, a sibling that made fun of us for something about us. Like for me, when I was little, my height, my feet are too big, I'm too tall, my forehead is too big, all these things. And my knees are too fat, even though I had skinny legs, I was a sweet little girl. I was skinny, I had skinny legs, but I thought, there's something wrong with me. This teacher's mean to me, right? So the thing that happened with her was she put me on the spot, made me stand up in front of the whole class. And she knew that I didn't know I couldn't comprehend how to tell the time on the clock. She knew, and she put me on the spot in front of the class, and it was really awful. So what did that do? That was meant to happen. Why? To keep me from using my voice, to keep me from going live in front of a group, from speaking. And then what has happened since then? I was in Austin at some kind of a circle thing, and I go and I just start sharing my story of what happened to me, how my heart opened. And gosh, the people, I wish I could know who all was there. The people there, they flipped out. I could see people holding their hearts like they were having a heart attack. It was triggering something within all of them. And instead of me thinking, gosh, what's wrong with all these people? I immediately thought, well, there's something wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. And afterwards, I got to the point where they were just going at me that I started to cry. Like I started getting, like I'm like apologizing for living, because I'm so used to that. Like there's something wrong with me. So tonight I went to a dance class, and here's the other thing. This is the thing, is children like me, when I was little, I would look at something like music notes, and I thought, I don't know how to do that. I'm never going to know how to do that. I don't want to. It boggled my brain just to look at that, right? So when we're very creative, we're very intuitive, we're very sensitive, we are more natural. We go about things the natural way. It's only at almost 52 years of age that I realized that I can play on the piano without ever knowing where my fingers are going, and I can play the same thing over and over. Every time I sit down, it's something different. My fingers go in a certain way where each hand matches each hand. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know what it is, but it's natural, intuitive. Trying to do dance lessons tonight, like trying to like do the steps exactly like she thought it wanted, and I just got there. I haven't even done that kind of dance in like the steps or anything, like really ever taken a class. But the last time I took ballroom class dances and things like that, that was like over 25 years ago, going on probably 30 years ago. Yes, going on 30 plus years ago. So, but I could tell she's one of these women, yes, you're a dance instructor. You should be, like definitely like no messing around. But man, I could tell it was the same kind of thing. She's bitter inside. I can tell, and so then of course she went at me and at me and at me. And I'm like thinking, this isn't like life and death here, for me. I'm almost 52. This isn't life and death. But I thought, gosh, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. I'm never going to be able to partner dance. If I can't do this, I'm never going to be able to partner dance. And I love to dance. But I dance naturally, intuitively. I move with the music, and I close my eyes, and I'm not being rigid and structured. So what I really want is us to all realize how these hidden things trap us from shining our light, from thinking that we have something worthy in the world, traps humans from not realizing how bitter they are inside and how it's projecting out to the world and how they're suffering as well. Both parties are suffering from it, from this kind of dynamic. And that children are not all going to thrive by doing things the regular, like standard way of dance classes. Kids don't want to have to be in classes where the teacher's yelling at them and being like, 1, 2, 3, rah, rah, like drill sergeants, right? And kids are in gymnastics, all these things are drill sergeants. So what we need is schools, teachers, tutors, and everything that can cater to highly sensitive children like me, like how I was, And today I like got teary just thinking about it. Like, it was really upsetting, you know? We